We've all had those moments when a small seed of doubt turns into a full-fledged what-if scenario. Today on r.space, ignoring your troubles is unlikely to make them disappear. First, the oppie is forced to scramble for explanations. Wife transmitted nude videos to her coworker. Hello everyone. This is difficult for me to say because D-Day was only on Friday. But I really need to write this down and see where things go from here. I haven't spent much time in this sub, so excuse me if I don't use the proper terminology. We, male 30 and female 32, have been together for 7 years, married for 5, and have 2 children. Things have gone up and down over the years, but the lowest point has not been the end of our marriage. Things have been really bumpy in recent months. More arguments, disagreements, and conflicts. Fights escalated into yelling and name-calling, and I packed my belongings and slept in my car. We haven't been on the same page for almost the entire year. I noticed a difference in her conduct over the summer. She was spending more time away from home, taking hours-long smoking breaks. She claimed she was listening to music, speaking with family, and simply getting away from the hectic part of our lives with our children. I understood because I am aware that dealing with family stress may be daunting, but it became too much. So much so that I felt lonely since she was barely present. The turning point came on Halloween, when we took the kids out to trick or treat. She received a phone call that she was acting suspiciously about. She moved away from us to respond, and her body language revealed that she was attempting to conceal who she was speaking with and what they were discussing. I took a mental note of it, and we ended the night. I awoke the next morning and checked her phone to make sure I wasn't just assuming things. There was no record of her receiving a call during the time we were out. Weird. I looked to her photographs and noticed she had a screenshot of herself talking to an unsaved phone number, as well as many instances of it. I checked her texts, and there was nothing there, but the deleted screenshot revealed that she was messaging the guy. I called the number posing as someone he knew, and he told me everything. He said he knew her, worked at the same place, and would hang out with her. I got into it with him after revealing that I was her husband, but I kept it brief because my quarrel was with her, not him. So I returned home and confronted her. I gave her the chance to inform me, but she did not. So I told her what I knew and showed her what I had on her. She then explained that when she was missing for hours, she would go to meet him at work and smoke, drink, and listen to music. She claims they never got physical, and she simply enjoyed his company. It's difficult for me to accept this because she admitted to sending him naked movies in the shower throughout the chat, which I discovered among her deleted videos. I contacted a divorce lawyer to discuss my choices and conduct a strategy session. I do not want a divorce, I want to reconcile. I really don't know what to anticipate or how to go past this. I feel terrible, my self-esteem is shattered, and my confidence has never been lower. She quit her job, banned his phone number, expressed regret, and stated her desire to continue our marriage. That influenced my decision to stay, as I can see that her character hasn't always been like this. So, perhaps it was just a hard period. There is no justification, but I believe in second chances because I have failed in previous relationships and been given another chance. What are your thoughts on Reddit? Am I wrong for not simply leaving? What should I expect? Thank you to everyone who responded. Oh, the old I just wanted a friend excuse. Nothing says. Innocent intentions like slipping away with a coworker for hours of smoke breaks. Sorry to break it to you, but repentant. Nice people usually don't need to be discovered via deleted screenshots and hidden phone calls. Update. First and foremost, I have read every remark and taken the time to understand where everyone is coming from. I appreciate the advice more than you realize. We have our first marriage counseling session today, and after that, I will have a better idea of what I should do. I'm not sure if this will work. She refused to admit to physically cheating, despite being repeatedly pressed about it over the last 3 days. But I am not convinced. Many of you have mentioned this in the comments, and I agree. Plus, I can't believe anything she says, so I'll simply assume she went all the way. Why wouldn't she, given how far she went? I have another meeting with my lawyer this week, and I'm really considering signing a post-nuptial agreement if I decide to stay. If not, I'll divorce and focus on self-healing. I can't picture what life will be like now that I know what I know. She also followed through on all I wanted. Full phone transparency, disclosing location, blocking and deleting his number, and no social media. This is strange because I'm not the type of man who wants to play a jail warden. My loving and trusted marriage is over. So perhaps divorce is best. As you might imagine, my mind is foggy, so I'm not sure what the best option is. I will keep you updated as things progress. Thank you everybody for sharing your words and tales. It helps. Second update. I appreciate myself more. I handed her divorce papers. This marriage is over. I can't go through life continuously. Second guessing everything. I immediately calmed the mind devils. I feel liberated. We are now on the other painful road of divorce. Update. Hello everyone. I published a post a few days ago about discovering my wife cheated on me and emailed nudes to a coworker. I've been going wild for the past few days, and today I finally discovered what I want. I want to get divorced and focus on self-healing. I thought I could handle it, but I can't. I can't imagine my life being much better with her. I can't see the future anymore. I can't even trust her. I can't be enough for her. So I'll simply be alone. Thank you for your support. It's just a significant deal breaker for me, and I intend to stick to my decision. I served her divorce papers today. She can leave and be happy. If you have any tips on what to expect, please share. Edit. Perhaps served is the wrong term. I gave her the divorce papers. I'm still understanding how this works. Nobody deserves to live in a never-ending loop of doubt and second-guessing. What matters most is that you regained control of your life and peace of mind. Letting go of a marriage might be painful, but in your situation, it's not about losing a spouse, it's about discovering yourself again. She dug her grave and now she had to lie in it. What would you tell the AP? Next, nothing communicates trust and loyalty like sparkling faces and strangely off-site beach vacations. I caught my lover of 10 years cheating. Let's just get to the point. I, a female 26, caught my partner, a male 25, cheating on me today. Just this morning. So I'm going to write an angry article here because why not? I had work this morning, but I wasn't feeling well and didn't get enough sleep. But I still needed to get to work. So I kiss my boyfriend goodbye and head to work. I've been there for about 2 hours and am still not feeling well, and I have a little fever. My manager says I can leave early and rest. Normally I would just get through the day and not leave, but I am scheduled to work overtime this week, so I decide to accept the offer and go early. I texted my partner to let him know I was coming home, but he sleeps during the day and never saw the message. When I go home, the first thing I see in front of the door is a pair of shoes that are plainly not mine or his but belong to another woman. My heart sinks as I realize just what this entails. I couldn't hear anything from my living room, so I tried calling my boyfriend to let him know I was home and noticed the shoes on the floor, but he didn't answer. I did this to prevent seeing them together. It takes me a minute, but I get the guts to enter my room and confront them. They're both naked and sleeping on my bed. I mean, this nonsense is straight out of a movie. I wake him up, and he's not saying anything, moving, or doing anything, he's just lying there. I tell the naked female in my bed, I'm not sure who you are, but could you please leave? Then I leave the room and let her get dressed. As she leaves, she apologizes to me, but I tell her she doesn't have to, because, at the end of the day, she's not in the wrong and owes me nothing. I confront my partner, and he is speechless. I force him to talk to me and give me responses like, what the F? He claims it's been going on for the past 2 months, and the reason is that we only had sex once or twice a week, which wasn't sufficient for him. He then tried to lie to me and claim they didn't do anything. And at this point I'm shouting because how stupid do you think I am? They were both literally butt naked. I tell him it's over and convey all I'm experiencing, including my astonishment. Our 10-year anniversary was in 2 weeks. And while I'm glad I found out before then, I detest how I had to find out. We've been together for years and lived together, and he can't just leave me? What's crazy is that I've suspected he was cheating on me for a while. People say you simply know and have a gut feeling. But I never believed that was the true explanation. How did you just know? But there were clues that made me believe he was. He'd have glitter on his face and claim his coworker was wearing it and got it on him. He always drove to the beach, but I noticed his location was incorrect, and he said he was at a gas station or something. When I confronted him about it, he would simply lie and say he wasn't cheating and would never cheat. But part of me didn't believe him. My mind is completely blown. He treated me to flowers yesterday and took me on a date. I understand that men cheating isn't an emotional thing for them, it's just sex. But what the F? I believe he thought he could get away with it because we were about to celebrate our 10-year anniversary together. So to summarize, I'm heartbroken. And I'm still trying to process what just transpired. I tossed him out and sent him away to process my emotions. I'm going to pack up all of his belongings for now and attempt to get some rest because I'm sick. My long-term goal is to try to rediscover myself after losing 10 years to him. Thank you for reading. Glitter? That's obviously a red flag. Walking in and seeing that in your own bed must have been like a blow in the stomach, especially after giving this person 10 years of your time. As for his excuses about once or twice a week not being enough, that is up to him to address maturely, rather than looking elsewhere. If the first idea when there is a minor problem is adultery, he was never as dedicated to you as you were to him. Have you had a similar experience? Please share it with us in the comments section. Next, what goes around comes around. Especially if you are a cheater attempting to sneak around on your mate. My ex attempted to cheat. It didn't work out for him, however. After a while, my ex would sleep with his phone in his pocket. Strange red flag. But I never said anything. When I observed he wouldn't even pull up his phone in front of me, I knew something was up. It slid out of his sweats one night and landed near my leg when I woke up. I was just going to put it on the charger. But I noticed he had a lot of notifications and messages from a dating app. I wanted to slap him awake, but I did not. So I made a profile with images from a friend of mine. He never met her and received her approval. She was his type 100%, and I knew he adored blue eyes. So when we matched, as I expected, we started conversing. We communicated for approximately a week before I suggested getting together. Flirting and sexual stuff. He informed her and me that he was unmarried and lived with a buddy, so I suggested that he pay for a hotel room so we could F. He said he would. We chose a site. Mind you, I paid for everything, because he was unemployed after losing his job. Over the course of a year, he depleted my savings account through manipulation. We're a family, and when things become rough, we look out for one another. When I informed him I didn't have any additional money, he would tell me that I had paid my student debts, all of my one-bedroom apartment's bills, and the meals. This child had the ballsack to beg me for money in person, because his mother's birthday was approaching and he wanted to buy her something special. So I handed him $50 since it was amusing at this point. I vividly remember his smile at the time. That weekend, he left, saying he was heading to his mother's and would probably spend the night. I kissed him goodbye and wished him a great time. Then I packed everything and left it outdoors. I reside in a city in the United States, so it passed quickly. Got the locks replaced. He messaged me several times using the app. I informed him that I was running late because I wanted to appear great. But I was coming, so I apologize. My friend also emailed me some sensual pictures to send him that didn't show her entire face. She is a real one. I even convinced him to jerk off and email me a video. Then, after forcing him to sit until approximately 1 a.m., I messaged him on the dating app with a picture of his possessions being rummaged through by a homeless man and wished him a pleasant stay in the hotel. When my phone rang, I blocked his number and went to bed. He was outside my door on Monday when I got home from work, nasty, crying and pleading, saying me he was homeless and had nowhere to go. When I wasn't having it, he got irate, as usual. When he began grabbing and attempting to enter my flat, I contacted the police. He discovered that he had ended up moving a few hours away, where his only family lives and he has a job. I hope he learned something. You gave him every opportunity to display his true colors. And he delivered, right down to asking you for money for his mother's gift while organizing a rendezvous with another person. The dedication to catch him red-handed was extraordinary, as was the hotel setup. Well done, Op. Then he had to see his own belongings on the curb to realize he'd genuinely lost everything he'd been freeloading on. Brilliant. What would you have done? Thank you for joining us today on our space. Make sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you don't miss out on our next video. Until next time.